here it is, the new raid machine gun, if Materia, or as I like to call it, the giggle gun, for reasons I'm about to mention. So, first things first, this weapon can be received after defeating the Death Zamboni/Siege Machine section in the heroic difficulty of the new raid. Alright, because it is found in the heroic difficulty, it can drop up to 400 attack, which is nice. All the perks I should be showing above, but out of all of them, I'm only going to mention two that really matter: triple tap and triple double. Now, triple tap still works as it always has. So land 3 critical hits, and you'll get 1 round returned to your magazine that you just used. Triple double, however, builds upon that, making it so that for each 3 critical hits, you get 2 rounds returned for the magazine. So it's use 3, get 2 back sort of deal. It's pretty nice. Alright. I personally like to think of this weapon as a legendary version of the exotic super good advice machine gun. Right? And if used right, that can be devastating. But thankfully, we're not using an exotic slot here. This is only a legendary machine gun that performs pretty close to an exotic. That's pretty nice. Because of that, this is a great weapon for damaging bosses or just enemies with huge critical hitboxes. The one flaw, though, is that its base stability is so low, largely due to its ridiculous fast rate of fire. Now, that's why I like to call it the giggle gun. It just fires so fast, but it can hurt you at times. So, yeah. There is a perk, though, that helps with this, brace framed, but it reduces your magazine size to 60, which isn't bad for a gun with triple tap and triple double. I mean, you're still going to be able to hold the trigger for a while if you're landing critical hits. Still, you probably want to be, closer to the boss than you would normally would with any other machine gun. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, still, 60 rounds in the magazine with triple double and triple tap. You can do ridiculous amounts of damage. If you were to use this in the raid, I'd use it more as an ad control gun, though, only because you can do better with guns like Outbreak Prime, Yellowhorn, Sleeper Simulant, Dark Drinker, especially Dark Drinker. That's one of my favorites. But if you're like me and you love using Outbreak Prime, this is a nice heavy weapon, especially if you're having to deal with captains, splicer captains that is, with their void shields. If you have the void machine gun like I do, unfortunately, because I do have the void version of this weapon, I was able to play with it in the weekly Heroic Strike playlist, which has the void burn modifier active. So, better believe that was fun. The gun absolutely tore through ads, but that problem's still there. It's stability. It's I mean, brace framed. It's manageable, but still, yeah. But if as long as you're doing damage from close range to medium range, and you're mainly focusing on a boss like Sepix Prime, or at least this version of Sepix Prime with the Void Burn, absolutely tears through him, as you'll see. Anyways, I'll keep the video playing, and you can just see what I'm talking about. This gun is amazing for boss damage. It's just, there's better, right? Oh, one last thing, PvP. I've used it in PvP. I'm not saying it's a bad gun. Still better, though. This is one of those okay guns, right? It's definitely fun to use. If there's ever a void burn at all, I'll definitely be using this gun, and I will be using this gun in the raid. Only for Vosik, though. Just cause I use swords for, everything after that. So yeah. This is fire. This is my opinion on this gun. My first impressions, my after impressions, my everything impressions. Have fun.
Nowhere for Sepix to run this time. epics was the Splicer's next big play. Present a god for all to worship. Then control the flow of ether to control the house.
I guess they didn't factor us into the plan.
Any wrench we can throw in their works is a good thing.